Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to be attempting to start a fire using a magnifying glass. Actually, it's a flexible plastic square piece that's sold on Amazon, and to my surprise, it fits perfectly in an Altoids tin where I store my char cloth. Perfect size, perfect placement, and I was really happy about that. Now let me test it out and see how well it works. As you can see, it smokes up this thick piece of grass quickly, but is not strong enough to create an ember or make an actual flame. That's where my char cloth is going to come into play, but first I need to gather a bird's nest to capture the heat from that char cloth ember. You'd be surprised, but right at home you have what it takes to gather up a bird's nest. As I was mowing my lawn, I noticed the edge of my lawn holds a lot of dried up grass clippings that I have blown with my leaf blower after mowing my lawn. And thank goodness I have not kept up with edging my lawn very much, and it has paid off. I'm just going to rake it all up into my bucket and see what I get. That's a pretty good stash right there. It'll make for a bunch of birds' nests. Now on to making this solar fire. As I said before, you can get these flexible plastic magnifying squares that fit in the Altoids tin. They are only $8 on Amazon for a 10-pack of them. You can put them in your backpack, wallet, fire starting kit, glove box of your vehicle, and more. Now let's see how well it works. Since we'll be staring at something that's super bright, I will be wearing some Polaroid sunglasses to go easy on the eyes. Now I'm showing once again how nicely that magnifying square fits in the Altoids tin, and getting a little practice narrowing down the hottest point of the sunlight reflection. That should work out perfect. Now on to conditioning our dried up grass clippings into a bird's nest. I gathered up a handful, and then I diffused the grass by pressing it together tightly to bond with the other grass and to hold shape. At the same time, I'm pressing in with both of my thumbs in the middle to make an indent where I'll be placing my char cloth. Now I'm grabbing a piece of char cloth the size of a postage stamp and placing it in the center of the bird's nest and covering it a bit with some grass. Now for the fun part, I'm blasting the heat of the magnifying glass right on the char cloth, and it's hard to tell in the bright sunlight if it's lit or not, but I think it caught an ember within a second, but I wanted to make sure. This is my first time trying to use grass clippings on the side of the lawn like that, and as I'm blowing on it, I'm starting to think it has some moisture in the grass and making it a little harder to light. But still, the convenience of getting the grass like that to make a bird's nest makes it all worthwhile. There we go, success. All thanks to this little square magnifying glass I found online. I think it would make for a great addition to anyone's bag of fire starting tools to carry around in an emergency, or even if you wanted to impress your friends with your fire making skills. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, I invite you to check out this next video on primitive fire making skills.